Hello, Aries, and happy birthday. Welcome in. This is going to be your birthday bonus message for the membership side of the channel. So happy birthday. I just want to say, Aries, I think there's this very vibrant energy about to emerge for you this year. So be willing to face some challenges. Be willing to plunge head first into any problems and face them. A big message that came through sitting in the energies of the Aries collective before jumping on is life might be a lot simpler if you maybe learn to be more patient and control your temper. Aries is a Mars ruled placement. So I know for me as a Mercury Aries, once I get an idea in my head, it's hard for me to let it go. And I kind of just jump first and think about things later. And so at times Aries can be a little bit reckless, highly impulsive, but I feel you're kind of just ready to go into a battle is what it feels like. And I do feel you're in the precipice of like an awakening, or this is going to be a year of many initiations because the sun will be conjunct the North Node for you. You've already maybe gone through an initiation, but I feel the energies are really pushing you, Aries, to kind of be a trailblazer. Aries is this energetic, self-starting energies. And a big message that really came through was don't you ever settle for second best. And don't you ever settle for being put up on a shelf for somebody to save you for later. But let's jump in with some cards and let's see what needs to come through for you for your spiritual journey for the year ahead. Liberation. I love it. I do feel we're going into these eclipse energies. And so Aries, I know you've been going through it. Any major Aries, Libra, or cardinal placements have been going through it. And so you are on the precipice of breaking some chains. So freedom, maybe you're breaking some chains of some addictive habits. Maybe you're breaking the chains of a toxic relationship. But I think you're just choosing freedom. You're choosing to walk away. Maybe you're coming to this understanding that you and another person are just meant to walk different timelines. Doesn't mean you won't come back together, but I feel you're just being called to show yourself compassion and understanding right now because you are breaking the chains of something here. It can be an addiction, it can be with a person, you get to decide, but please show yourself compassion. You are definitely encouraged to connect with your guides and your angels, the archangels, your ancestors. They're guiding you, I feel, after some type of significant upheaval. So you might have had a tower moment recently. Maybe you're in a period of rest. If you haven't had the tower moment already, it's probably coming the next couple of weeks between these eclipse portals. But there's definitely a roadblock to overcome. So how can you use these energies over the coming weeks, Aries, to plant a seed for something new? Because I think you've been stuck. You've probably been complacent. And we all kind of need to recognize what is causing us inaction. What is causing us to not take action? What is causing us to stay stuck and stagnant? And so there is a need to step out of some type of situation. And there might be fear surrounding this because maybe this is all you've ever known. Aries is also like the first energy. So it's like the youngest zodiac sign. I think of Aries, I think of war. So don't go to war with anybody, Aries. But that almost fell right out. You might have recently had a fallout. But let's get into it. Let's get a few of these messages. Let's see what needs to come through for Aries. We're going to take these two peekers. Look at that. You have guardian angels around you, Aries, and they are watching over you. They are protecting you. You've got a lot of divine presence around you, Aries, and they are encouraging you to move forward with confidence and to know that you are never, ever truly alone. You're either involved in a situation with somebody that is teaching you how to evolve and how to grow and how to learn. And maybe you're also teaching somebody a lesson. And oftentimes we have teacher-student dynamics within relationships, and we don't even realize that that dynamic is playing out until the lesson is learned. And so you might have gone through some type of significant experience recently. And I think you're kind of in the void. You're definitely learning the lesson of giving and receiving, and there's fear. So how can you detach your ego from any type of goals or agendas and face any fears? Because I feel there's an illusion that has recently been shattered, and I tell you, this Mercury retrograde is going to take me down. I'm having such a hard time talking. And so sometimes we have to close the book on the past, and we take that leap, we go into the void, and we're in this nothingness, this space of nothingness, and it can be very uncomfortable, but it's in the void, it's in the nothingness that our perceptions shift. We can allow spirit to kind of work behind the scenes, and we learn to kind of let things be. But there's definitely a lesson coming up in regards to equal exchange with another. So maybe you gave your all to somebody and you didn't get anything back in return. But I do feel it's kind of time to go into self-care. We're going to get 3 from the top. We get self-care, ascension, sickness, and we get major life changes ahead. And so I called it in meditation. And so this is about you learning to be your own mother, your own nurturer. They're showing me the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. And so this likely is about making healthier choices for your mind, your body, and your soul. And I feel just watch out for anything unhealthy. And so I feel you are journeying into higher states of consciousness. And so you might be experiencing like a negative physical manifestation as you go into these higher states. Just get ready to face a challenge ahead. There's a major change ahead. And so this change is going to open up a new doorway of opportunity for you to expand. And so no matter how this lesson is showing up, whatever shape or form this lesson is showing up at, I feel like a relationship though. Usually we learn these lessons in relationships with people. But this change is like a gift. And so whatever has recently created upheaval in your life, take this gift and evolve beyond some type of pattern and subtract your ego from any type of agenda. There is a situation here that I feel you've held on to with a tight grip for a long time, needing to let go of it. And the higher power is kind of at work saying, hey, you got to make these changes. What are you prompted to change? Because if you don't make the prompted changes, then the tower comes in, right? And it breaks apart everything. And then you're forced into this moment of a major life reevaluation. I do feel maybe the eclipses are bringing in some type of illumination for your soul's purpose, but it's this energy of something more fulfilling awaits you. And then we're right back to the cut with liberation. And so you're about to break the chains. So you're shedding layers, and to shed layers is very uncomfortable. You think a snake has to shed its skin or it will die. And I know I've told the story before about the eagle, and after 40 years, an eagle has to go up into the mountains and they got to smash their beak off because it's too hard to get food. They have to rip all of their claw, they have to rip their claws off, their feathers off, and they have to rebirth themselves, and then they can live like another 40 years. And so I feel there's like a relationship leaving your life. There might be some external factors. Maybe you have to relocate and move. But anything that isn't aligned with your highest purpose, it's kind of got to go. And so you might have to reevaluate some friendships here as well. Not only a romantic partner, but some friendships. Because I feel there's some people still connected to you that are depleting you. It could be family, friends. It could be a lover. But it's really time to recognize where people have tried to misguide you by their false beliefs. And so the light is really shining down right now on your spiritual path is what I feel. So there's a greater purpose, I think, awaiting you. And I think you're about to discover that. So let's get into it. And let's go a little further here, Aries. Let's get you a couple archetype messages. What the main archetype is that you're going to be grappling with throughout the eclipses coming up here. Look at that. The Mentor on the bottom of the deck. So it's like there's this energy surrounding you where you are so afraid to move from being a student into the role of being a master. And so I think you're here to impart wisdom. So how can you pass on what it is that you've learned? And so there is a situation here, I think, completely refining your character. And so just be mindful of the fear of imparting wisdom, because I feel you're turning into some type of spiritual guru here. So don't be afraid to step into the spotlight. Maybe you're dealing with a mentor who is helping you refine your character. But we get the Networker, we're going to get one more, and the Hermit. So maybe the whole next year is leading you towards this seeking journey. So the energy I feel really is enhancing unity. And I do feel you are encouraged to share some type of information about a lesson that you've learned. And so we as teachers step into this role not only for personal gain, but we do this to spread awareness through our empathic gifts. And so maybe it's time to just go within and withdraw for a little bit seek some privacy from external forces or any negative judgment from others. I just feel there's like this almost like this energy of refusing to step into your mission work. So I think reorient your life, refocus on your inner life, because that's really going to serve as a catalyst for some creativity, because I think you're being called to step into being a guide. So we all have the energy to represent the divine nature in life within ourselves. And so do not overthink things, because I feel there's this underlying current of some type of emotional consequences for clinging to something. And so sorry about that, Aries. I think you might need to speak up. That was a pretty hefty throat chakra clearing. But I feel the energy is just bringing forward this very creative energy. So how can you give this new creative, vibrant energy surrounding you a physical, practical expression? I think that's what's trying to come through. Let's get some cards pulled out for you. Let's get into it with the cards, Aries. We get the Three of Wands reversed and the Seven of Pentacles reversed. That feels like you've recently had the wind knocked out of you. Like the rug recently got pulled out from under you, because maybe you stayed in an investment that wasn't a wise investment, and you stayed a little bit longer than you should have, maybe 3 years longer than you should have. But it's almost like there was a lack of planning for the future. And so the energy is feeling very unsettled. So let's do 9 cards and let's see what you can expect for the year ahead, Aries, for this birthday message. So what does Aries need to know when it comes to embracing their spiritual path, the spiritual journey, spiritual insights? I do feel overwhelming fear, though, so I don't know what that is about. But let's do this, Aries. Let's see what needs to come through for your birthday. We get the King of Coins in reverse, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We get the Two of Cups upright. And we get the Nine of Wands. There's that deep-seated wound. And so I think maybe you are feeling a little bit betrayed when it comes to some type of exchange within a romantic relationship that has left you deeply wounded. But I do feel you've been holding on, trying to protect what it is that you thought was yours, that you thought that you created together. But this is an energy that's really not compassionate, is very ungrounded, is not a supportive partner, definitely not a supportive spouse or partner. And I do feel there's some type of romantic relationship here that has left you deeply wounded that you need to maybe forgive in order to end some challenges. We get the Ace of Cups below the King of Coins, and then we get the King of Cups below the Two of Cups, and then we get the Justice in reverse. So there's definitely some type of situation here where I feel maybe you've been dealing with somebody who came from a place lacking integrity. And I think you're learning to stand up for yourself. Libra energy, right? So that's the opposite polarity of your energy, Aries. Below the Ace of Cups reverse, we get the Three of Coins. Below the King of Cups, we get the Page of Cups. And then we get the Seven of Coins reverse. So do not let somebody fool you. If you're thinking of trying again, I think the energy is warning against it. You could have somebody here saying, hey, they want to work on things. You don't give up on people that you love. Why would you give up on this? But I feel like another round ago, another round ago, merry-go-round. What? Another round of this will really leave you at rock bottom. So I do feel you're being asked to give up on something. Be prepared to walk away from somebody that I feel knows how to emotionally manipulate you. This King of Cups, I feel, doesn't really give a lot of love away. And I do feel there's a recognition that there is an imbalance here. And so this person might come in saying they want a solid relationship. They might appear to be somebody that you can trust, but there really is a lack of love here. Somebody that just isn't emotionally available. And I don't think that this is a very good person. And so there's a need to stand up for yourself. There's a need to see things at face value here. Because I do feel this person is trying to say, like, I want to work on this. But I feel the energy is telling you it's time to go towards a new emotional experience. And so this is about doing what you love, being a guide, creating your own network through this empathic awareness. And so I think get ready to plant a new seed. I think you've stayed stuck and stagnant long enough. This is the energy of complacency. And so it's time to do all you can to learn something new, to master this lesson, to plant that seed for something new and to take a leap of faith. Look at that. We get the 8 of coins, the Knight of coins, and we get the Fool on the bottom of the deck. And so that's your card, Aries. I think you've got a dream, and it's time to take a leap towards this dream and to have faith that everything will work out. And so trust yourself. Push your fears aside. Take that leap of faith. There is a new start here, but I think it's time to dedicate the next year of your life to doing you. And I do think you're going to have to plan carefully. I think things are moving forward. You definitely need to pay attention to some type of details here. Maybe it's time to go back to school, take an online course, maybe take a free online seminar, learn all you can about a new subject or career. Maybe this is about being a light worker, stepping into some type of mystic healing purpose or gifts. And there is without a doubt a guardian angel, I feel, on the other side watching over you that is saying you need to trust that everything will work out in perfect divine timing. But I do feel there's a need to move on from a situation. This might mean packing up and relocating. You might be looking for a place to live. But I do feel things are going to start to look up. But you definitely need to get honest with yourself about some type of codependencies here with the 9 of Pentacles in reversed and the 7 of Swords. Because I feel maybe somebody in the past wasn't honest with you and some embarrassing secrets come out. And you don't want to just you don't want to like spin round and round and lose your peace of mind over a liar or a thief or somebody that just isn't supportive. There is a brand new opportunity here to heal some heartbreak. Maybe to heal from somebody that you had a passionate relationship with at one point in time. But I think there was really a lack of love. So trust your instincts. I do feel there's great sadness here that does need to heal. But I feel if you put all your energy into a new area of study and you really do the work, you can really get yourself into a happier place in no time. And so maybe you're releasing somebody that wasn't there for you in your time of need. But I don't feel going back to this person is going to serve you. I do feel there's a new emotional experience, but it does start with self. And so I think you're encouraged to explore some psychic abilities here. Let's clarify this King of Cups. Something about this Pisces season, something about Mars entering into Pisces is going to really illuminate a situation that is no longer safe. Yeah, we get the Star reversed. We get the 7 of Cups in reversed. We get the Queen of Swords in reverse. And so I do feel you are encouraged to cut this person out of your life. I think they like to create difficulties for you. I do think they like to keep you in a state of illusion and confusion. And I think when you're connected to this person, you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think you've overanalyzed the situation and procrastinated long enough. And so if you want to end these challenging times, you are going to have to cut something out, but you don't have to put in an angry, mean boundary, because this Queen of Swords can be very judgmental, harshly judgmental, and she can be downright rude and aggressive in her communication. And it's okay to cut people out and release people that are no longer serving you, but it doesn't mean it has to be done in a harsh manner. That will create more difficulties. So let's clarify the 7 of Coins. The overall outcome. I just feel it's time to plan for the future. It's time to plan for a new rewarding path. And we get the 5 of Coins in reversed. We get the Emperor in reversed. And we get the Chariot. And I do see you moving on. Moving on from a bad decision. Moving on from somebody that likely abandoned you in your time of need. The Emperor in reversed is very much connected to that King of Coins in reversed. I feel this is one person who's definitely a tyrant, who likes to be in charge, large and in charge, but really doesn't have the leadership skills to be large and in charge. And so it's kind of time to release a negative experience here. I think you're dealing with somebody that keeps reaching out for financial assistance. An Emperor upright ain't going to be asking you for money. An Emperor upright is going to take care of you and provide for you. And so you might be hearing from somebody reaching out that needs to borrow some money. You might have fears surrounding money because maybe you gave it all to this person. I don't know. But it's really time to get a hold of your emotions, to get in that driver's seat, to go in a new direction. And so I think something around Cancer season, You're going to be in a whole new energy. So just keep working on balancing all of your life priorities and putting in the hard work. I think there's no room for negotiation right now because you are at the pivot point. You are at the crossroads. Remember at the cut we had the Three of Wands in reverse? Well, everything is about to turn around for you, Aries. Everything is about to turn around for you, but you do have to take those next steps. We all have choices in life, and we can choose to partner with somebody that tears us down, belittles us, causes us depression and illness. All dis-ease in the body is due to people that tear us down, and we let them. And so I do feel, just keep moving forward. Do what it is that you're passionate about, and trust that now is the time to take action to leave a very dark situation behind. But let's get you a closing message from Spirit, and let's see what kind of past life lessons are coming up to be addressed over the next year for you, for your spiritual path, Aries. What else does Aries need to know? What's this past life lesson going on here? Messages for Aries. Happy birthday, Aries. Lust. This was rooted in lust and not love. And so lust is about instant gratification. Lust is about sex. Lust is about money. And so maybe the desires of the heart on your half wanted this, but you're dealing with somebody that was only in it for fleshy desires, dealing with somebody that was only in it for the status quo, or only in a situation to fulfill what was lacking deep inside you. And maybe this goes both ways. So I do feel that it's like the different gender, or the gender roles. I think you're dealing with somebody that pushed you into your masculine energy. You're dealing with a masculine very much in their feminine energy. And I think you don't even know what a healthy exchange looks like. And so I think it's time to do the role reversal. It's maybe time to go into solitude and to understand that to be alone does not have to be a state of aloneness. We can choose to be alone. We can choose to lead a solitary life and spend some time alone and devote our path, or devote our life to our mission, to being maybe a guide or a mentor or your service mission. But I do feel like a starseed activation for sure, and a lesson in codependency. So I think you're learning to become self-reliant. You're learning to build a healthy self-esteem again. Because I think maybe at one point in time, the both of you were too dependent on one another. We can't depend on another for our happiness, our well-being, or financial security. So I think you're about to step into a higher purpose. So how can you shine a light for humanity and teach others what you've learned from this human experience? And that's kind of what I got for you, Aries. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. I hope you have a very happy birthday. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.